unsettled, or maybe you feel like you're in this very liminal space between your past and what's next. Maybe you're like me and you're kind of thinking and probably like I feel like you're kind of like down on yourself for where you are in life right now. Even though in a way it's kind of what you want. So, my name's Deshaun. I kind of do card readings. What I do mostly is I'm a very spiritual person, also a bit of practicality there, logical practicality. Does that even make sense? I don't think so. But I do a lot of things. But one of my most important gifts is the gift of listening and the gift of, I guess, saying the right thing at the right time. And I'm not here, just a forewarning, I'm not here to sell you ego, sell you dreams, hopes and dreams, or I'm not here to do any of that. I'm not here to stroke your ego. What I'm here to do is honestly just be real with you. Just keep it 100. And today's overarching question is, why am I anxious? I just feel like that's the topic of the day. Maybe it's about me. I don't know. Am I feeling anxious right now? I feel like I always feel like a little bit anxious. But oh, I didn't even introduce my deck. So what I don't do tarot cards. I'm not skilled in them, and yeah, I do oracle cards. So this is the deck that I'll be using, Divination of the Ancients. And what I do with oracle cards, so it's very much feeling based. I'm not big on structure at all in any area of my life. Like having a rigid structure to anything just kind of hinders intuition. And it's like, okay, maybe I'm feeling this way about this card, but it has a totally different meaning or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, this is my personal this is what I use. This is the deck that I use whenever I want to do readings on myself, though I found that I be knowing the answers. I know the answers. I'm not even going to lie. I be knowing the answers. And it's really just like a little bit of confirmation, a little bit of guidance, and a little bit of like wisdom. But my usage with these decks is at an all-time high when I'm doing a reading for a friend or a loved one or on a situation that I know very little about. I find my readings with the cards are much stronger. So let's start with the cards. Okay. I'm gonna just shuffle them a little bit, 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 a little bit. Which card should we pick? Which card should we pick? I'm gonna try to be one of those, master card shufflers, so that's what I'm gonna do. Don't mind my face, y'all. Okay. 4. I don't know why I get the I have the number 4 in my head, so that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with the fourth card, which is gonna be this card. What card is it? Ooh, the arrow in reverse. Focus. Okay. So, focus. We have our focus card right there. What are you telling me about anxiety? What is everyone feeling right now? Share your energy with this reading right now. Share it. What is the energy with this reading right now? What is the energy? This is the energy. This is the energy. This is the next card I have. This one is clouds. Mystical. Interesting. That one also came in the reverse, but I'm like, is it no, it's they're not reversed. They're not reversed. They're not reversed. They're not reversed. I'm like literally holding my deck upside down because what I literally did earlier today is I went through my deck after my personal reading and I went through and I just kind of like rearranged all my cards so that like they're upright and like facing forward. I don't know why I did that, but I trust in the universe and I trust that there was a reason as to why I did that. So, just to recoup, first card, arrow, focus, upright. Our next card is clouds, mystical, also upright. And then our third card, and keep in mind, guys, all of these cards are going to be connected in some way. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. There's synchronicity in everything. I believe that there's synchronicity in everything. Everything happens for a reason, good, bad, or whatever. And this is our third card. What is? Oh my gosh! I've never dropped this card. I don't know what's with me in pulling these cards in the reverse because I'm not facing it towards me, so I was just kind of like facing it away because I don't want to see the cards before I draw them. I want my spirit to kind of just pick it. I don't want to be like, ooh, that's a pretty color. Let me look. Let me take that card. We have Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. I've never gotten that card in this deck, and I've had this deck for a little while now at this point. I've done quite a few readings to the point where it's like, all right, I should have every card now, but that's not how the universe works. The message comes at the right time, so whatever this message is. All right, final card, y'all. Final card, final card, final card. Final card is going to be, going to be this one. Footsteps, direction, and that's the fourth card. And I told you, today is the day of fours. Okay. So we have our four cards. We have our four cards. So we have the arrow card. We have clouds. We have Wheel of Fortune. And we have footprints. I'm sorry, guys. This is just like, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a really, like, good message. I feel like this is a really good message. Okay. Why are you feeling anxious? Why are you feeling anxious? Let's start with this arrow card. Arrow card. Focus. So, in this image, there's like there's literally a bunch of different arrows. If you look at it, there's a bunch of like different mini arrows, and then there's just this one that's focused on the center. And it's golden. It's golden, which makes me think that your focus is divided, obviously. Your focus is divided. And that's a key characteristic of why you're feeling anxious right now, is your focus is divided. So, looking at all of these arrows, they're going in all sorts of directions. So it's like, maybe I think this is a exact representation of your life, minus the centered like arrow in your life right now. Obviously, that's gonna come. You're gonna find your focus. You're gonna be able to hit the target. But this is a representation of your life, not like the background. So all of these little arrows going all throughout. We see darkness. We see light. We see the hybrid, the in-between space, that liminal space between the darkness and the light. And then we see light again. But to me, this kind of looks like a little portal a little bit. It looks a little bit like a portal. Focus. Yeah, this is a representation of your life right now. Maybe it feels chaotic. Maybe you're like exactly going back to what I was saying earlier, is like you're in between these two spaces. I would like to say between a rock and a hard place, but I'm not. It's not giving hard place. It's very much new. It's not a hard place. If anything, it's exactly what you want. That's on the other side. That's in this little light bubble right here. Hey, Boxy, you want to do the reading with me? Sorry, my cat. Um, yes. So yeah, this is what your life is feeling right now. Very chaotic, very chaotic. What we can do, I'll supplement this for you. We'll use the handy dandy Oracle card book. Let's go to the arrow card. We have this 4 spread, so this is the start. This arrow card is the start of the rest of this reading. As it's going to apply to legit every other card you see starts with this arrow problem. This is the core problem that you're having right now, why you're so anxious. Your focus is everywhere. It's all over the place. And we need to find this golden arrow, and we need to get this golden arrow into this little light bubble. That's what we have to do. Let me read you the arrow card, which is actually the first card. First. Number 1. Your first priority. Like the many arrows on this card, your mind is fleeting in many different directions, and your thoughts are scattered. However, you are being urged to bring some order into your life and make plans. The only way for you to achieve your dreams is by decluttering all those thoughts well enough to determine what they even are. It's time to become like the one arrow in the center of the card that shoots straight into the point. You can achieve this by taking time out to decide what your goal is, planning how you can reach it, working out a schedule to stick by, and then focusing. You'll find that you become stronger and more grounded as you go straight to what you really want in life. Focus on positivity, and you will make your mark. This is the way to good fortune and blessings for the world around you, and ultimately yourself. So this is talking a lot about priority. What are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? Is it serving you? Is it not serving you? Because if it's not serving you, you kind of know what you have to do. So this is confirmation for you right there, is that your focus is the root of your anxiety. Now let's see what else comes of your anxiety. So our next card, we have clouds. Mystical. So it looks very much like cotton candy to me. Maybe it's just the blue and the... Well, is cotton candy purple? I don't think cotton candy is purple. But this is the clouds. The arrow, the clouds. Something that I'm noticing right now is that this image of the sky has no clouds at all. This has no clouds, whereas obviously this is full of clouds. And so what I'm getting from this is that there's a bunch of fog. There's a bunch of fog. There's something that's cloudy about your mind. This is probably pertaining to the arrow as well, and your focus. You're having trouble focusing because you're stuck. Your arrow is flying through the fog. So there's no clear direction right there. That's further elaborating on that bit, is that you're in this place where it seems very foggy. Maybe going back to what we're talking about, it's like you don't know. You're stuck in a way, or you feel stuck. Not you're actually stuck, but you feel stuck to a certain degree. And the root of this, I guess, stuckness, obviously, is that focus. But there's something here. There's clouds that are making the journey a little more uncertain. It's like maybe you are certain. Maybe you know what you want. Maybe you know what you need. But there's something here acting as these clouds. Ooh, I just ate the card. Which is fogging up your mind and fogging up your focus. And I'm going to skip a little bit ahead to this direction card. Footprints, direction. The first card is arrow, focus, focus on the direction. The last card we got is literally direction, following a path. Um, I'll read a little blurb from the cloud card. Uh, a wonderful gateway has opened up for you, and you are experiencing mystical occurrences. Do not discount these encounters as mere figments of your imagination. What you are witnessing is very real. So use your natural and psychic gifts to explore the esoteric realms. Allow the images you see in the sky above and the loving voices you hear to gently guide you as you become a visionary. You will experience the elation of connecting with the supernatural. Free yourself from worry. Find peace of mind through meditation and journey with your guides and angels. Release control as you float into altered consciousness and defy the laws of the physical. So many people aspire to a state of nirvana. You are on your way. Okay, so that's something with thinking of the deck as like an organized structure versus using your intuition to find your way through the deck. It gave you something totally different than what I was giving you. There's truth in it, but something that stuck out to me from this is it talks about exploring the esoteric realms. Connecting to the supernatural. That's so weird. So I have like my little like air like purifier right over there, and I just put my. I was hearing this like weird like little. Obviously, y'all saw me like going like this, but I heard like this. I heard like wind, and it's weird. I heard like, oh, it's so weird. I can't even explain that, but the mystical, the mystical. You're going through. Maybe you're not that golden arrow right now, but you're one of the arrows. You're going through your journey. You're probably going through, if you're watching this video, probably a more spiritual journey. It could also be physical too. You're going through this journey. You're getting lots of information, lots of clouds. Maybe you're feeling a little like overwhelmed by these readings. Maybe these readings, this is just food for thought. Maybe these readings are confusing you a little bit. The readings that you're watching on YouTube, they're confusing you a little bit because it's like, this looks like very dreamlike and fairy-like. It's selling you like all of these dreams. Maybe you're listening to somebody who's reading cards and it's like, everything's gonna work out for you. It's gonna be perfect. You're gonna get so much money. You're gonna be rich. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. Maybe that's what you're getting from readings on your spiritual journey, and maybe it's confusing you a little bit because it's like at one end it's like, okay, yes, like I'm being focused on what I want to do, like where I want to go. Like maybe you're even focusing on manifestation, focusing on like feeling yourself in the place, like what does it feel like to inhabit like this state of being, and maybe that's what you're doing. But it's like you're also getting lost up in the fog, in the fairy tale, in what, you know, okay, one thing I see and notice on YouTube is like there's all these 24 hours until this breakthrough happens, or 24 hours until financial abundance, financial blessings. And I'm not discrediting that at all, because obviously if the message was meant for you, you would have it. And I'm not discrediting any readers here on YouTube, because readers are out here to Readers are out here taking one for the team. They're putting their energy out there, and they're getting a lot of energy that they're trying to feed back that energy into, and it's just hard to encompass everyone with one card or one visual, or you know. So yeah, let's move on from Arrow and Clouds. Let's go to Wheel of Fortune. This is the card that I've never gotten before, so I'm very excited. Very excited. Wheel of Fortune. Let's go. Wait, we didn't even look at the card. I didn't even really get time to like look at the card. So, you see all of this like it's very orange. I love orange. Orange is actually my favorite color. Oh, the word under it is fate. I didn't even realize the word under it, fate. Okay. How is fate? So we have focus, we have mystical, and we have fate. So we have arrows, we got clouds, and then we have fortune. And it's just striking me how fortune is at the other end of the clouds. So it's like on one side we have arrow, then we're going through these clouds, and then at the other end, fortune, wheel of fortune, huh? All right, fate. Let's talk about it. Let's see what they have in here. Let's read the Wheel of Fortune card. The Wheel of Fortune can raise you high or bring you low. You may feel like the luckiest person alive when all is going your way. But when a blow strikes, it can feel like the end of the world. That's exactly what we were just talking about. Going back to clouds, this sort of fairy tale, the mystical, and your spiritual journey into the mystical. Boxer, are you cool? My cat is just doing something. I don't know what he's doing. And then we have, yeah, so we have mystical, the journey, the fairy tale, maybe what you're being sold by spiritual YouTubers, people who do tarot on YouTube, maybe something like that. But this is where the problem lies. And this is what has your focus in array, is partially that fairy tale, and then it's what this Wheel of Fortune card is talking about. It can either bring you high or bring you low. It starts to feel like the end of the world when you're constantly being told, like, oh, abundance is close, or this is close, or breakthrough is close, blessings are close, whatever you want is close. And then time just goes on and you don't feel it, maybe you don't see it, and you just kind of like in that space where it's like, why do I even watch this? Like, sure, it's motivating me, it's giving me some hope, but why am I even watching this? So one thing I really want to say is stop hyper focusing or hyper fixating on online readings. That's something I'm getting from here, because the reason why you might feel a little all over the place is because you're too expectant. And I'm not saying that you should not be expecting. You should be expecting. You should be expecting, but up until a point. Until you're starting to neglect things, you're starting to get rid of things that maybe didn't need to go anywhere. What you're doing is You're placing all your apples in one basket. That's the phrase that just came to mind. You're placing all your apples in one basket. Let's keep reading. Now, Leroy de Fortune asks you to be completely indifferent to both victory and defeat. If you live by this rule of acceptance, you will master the teachings of fate, who can be both unjust and a cruel goddess, as well as a fair and generous one. Get your reactions in check and realize that the wheel has spun you into lessons designed for your learning, understanding, and spiritual growth. When you envy someone else who rides high, know everything can change with a spin of the wheel that propels you to the same dizzying heights. So yeah, I'm very much getting that your spirituality is intertwined with your anxiety. And this Wheel of Fortune card, it's telling you this Wheel of Fortune card is telling you that you're focusing on the wrong things. If I'm being quite honest, you're focusing on the wrong things, and maybe what I'm getting now is that maybe all of your focus really is on this golden arrow. Maybe that's how you see yourself. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm this golden arrow. These things are going to happen to me. Abundance, blessings, like all of these readings, all of all of the spiritual stuff that I've consumed has told me, like, I am this arrow. Da 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 da. And what this card is telling you, don't focus on being the arrow. That's what this card is saying. Don't focus on being the arrow. Because when you're focused, or when you're too fixated on an outcome, when you're too fixated on an outcome, it can honestly be more drastic than productive. Is that the word? Or beneficial? More drastic than beneficial. I'm reading this a little bit more. It says, it's how you deal with an outcome that's important. There are lessons to be learned, and this is part of your soul's journey. Enjoy the ride. Let's move forward to our final card. Our final card is footsteps, direction, the way in which we're going. Anxiety also plays a big role in this. Let's read the footsteps card. Sorry, I just kind of got like this sort of like calming energy. Like, I'm actually trying to I don't know. I feel like I'm moving a little slower. We have all of these arrows. Chaos. This is chaos. Chaos. I think this resembles your world right now. You feel chaotic. You're going in so many different directions. You don't know which way to aim. But luckily enough, you have clouds. Fairy tale. beauty. The beauty of life. These are the two places that you're in right now. So this is what your life looks like. This is what you're getting externally. This is probably what you're getting the from the tarot cards, the tarot readings that you're constantly watching, or those sort of self-help type of videos that give you motivation. They make you feel like, okay, something good is coming. But once again, like, in your mind, it's still fairy tale because you're not actually seeing the fruits that accomplishing whatever goal or whatever your ideal reality is for yourself is this is this is what that reality looks like, though you're not seeing it in the physical. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. It can be great or it can be drastic. It can have all sorts of impacts because it's a wheel. Every side, it's a wheel. When you look at a wheel, it spins. So it's like, if you're thinking of like, this is what I'm thinking of, I don't know why, but thinking of like just a car tire, it's like every single spot is touching the ground. Like whenever you're driving, the outer part, it's all gonna hit the ground, It's like you're constantly going in a cycle. And this card is very much talking about cycles. And maybe the cycles of anxiety, what's causing your anxiety. Okay, now to the Footprints card. Direction. You have been wondering which way in life you should go, and concerns regarding family, career, or life purpose have arisen. The answer is this: go towards that which brings you closer to the divine. Seek that which truly feeds your soul. For this will show you the road to tread. Be careful, however. To understand what this truly means, the ego has a wonderful way of tricking you into dreaming up get-rich-quick schemes. The truth is always consistent and loving. Step into your soul's knowing and focus, keyword, focus, on this card, focus on your heart's passion, talents, and interests. These clues will point you in the right direction. Don't let anyone push you off your chosen path. You have an important decision to make. Always choose the road of peace and happiness. Release lack mentality. Listen to your guidance. You are on the right path, I promise you. So that's our reading for today. We have our starting point, arrow, focus, which is the root of our anxiety. We feel scatterbrained, like we're all over the place, like we're going in so many different directions. And then we have clouds. We have the mystical, a representation of the journey, if you're watching this video, that we're all on right now. This is the life we envision of ourselves, full of colors, full of light, full of beauty, the mystical. And it may or may not be affecting our focus. mystical, the mystical tends, I don't want to say this to like sell us dreams and da 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 da, because it's like these things are coming to you, they're meant for you. But sometimes when your reality isn't matching this state of abundance that you're continuously being told that like you deserve, that you're living in, as long as you manifest, as long as you speak positive affirmations, like this is what we envision of that world where everything we want comes true. And this is what we're focusing on, maybe a little bit too much. We need to let life happen. Let life happen. Life, this is my saying, life doesn't happen to you or for you. It happens through you. It happens through your beliefs. It happens through your mind, what you tell yourself. It happens through what you're doing with your day. Um, so there's three levels to it. There's the physical, the mental, and then there's the spiritual. And that's this clouds card. Next, we have this Wheel of Fortune card. This Wheel of Fortune card, which is fate, is at the other end of this clouds card, of the mystical. It's fate. Regardless, regardless of whether you want to focus on the beauty, the clouds, or focus on sharpening that arrow, it's like life is going to happen to you. The Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you're going to draw. I like to think of it as like sort of like how I'm picking up these cards today. It's like that's a perfect example of the Wheel of Fortune. I could have got any of the cards in this deck, but there's a reason why I got these cards, because these are needed for you on the other end. You're going to get what's yours. You're going to get what's yours, but it's important. It's really important that you don't fixate on the tarot readings or the my life should be this way or blah, 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 blah. Just live your life. Live your life. Recognize the good, recognize the bad, recognize the whatever. And fate will meet you. But it's really important for you to live in light. It's important to have this groundedness, but it's also important to have a sort of focus to your life. Whatever that focus is, whether it's being a good mom, being a good dad, being a good dad, I don't know, being a good student, being a good teacher, being a good employee, It's like focus on what, not on the chaos, on the gold. Focus on what makes you feel golden, what makes you feel alive, what fills you up with energy, not takes away. And focus on that and you'll be fine. And these three cards lead to your direction. The direction in which you're meant to go in. Your anxiety is telling you to slow down. Slow down. You don't have to think about the 80 different ways that you can make that $40 to feed yourself or something. Is this so weird that I just forgot exactly what I was saying? And that's how I know that that's for somebody out there, because I don't remember what I was saying. I remember saying focus on something, but I don't remember what I was talking about. Yes, these three cards are gonna aid you in the direction that you're supposed to go in. Focus, spirituality, and faith all go hand in hand with direction. I love you all, and that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to make the readings probably a lot more shorter going forward. Um, but this was an interesting reading. I'm thinking about it still.